Yes, mobile nanny service. Now, this service is actually a very unique form of childcare service. Actually, it's been in existence for years, okay? But with the advent of COVID-19 pandemic, it became something that was accepted globally and started becoming highly sought after. And so I felt the need to educate you on the need for taking up a career as a mobile nanny service. Nanny services are some of the services that people naturally want to look down on and consider as not too professional career, but then they've been wrong about it. It's actually a very, very professional service. Depends on how well knowledgeable the client, the person running the service is, and how well the person decides to package that service. So it is a very, very unique one, and I'm glad you're here taking this course because it's going to give you an exposure. Is going to help you to understand a lot of things about mobile nanny services, and you're going to see that you've been leaving money on the table for a long time and you can easily tap into it, and gradually it will become something that anybody, whether you're in school, whether you're still or you're at home doing nothing, it's a career that one can take up with or without having anything. Okay, no, it doesn't require much. It's something that you can start from anywhere and run it successfully. And if you're a school owner or a crèche owner who might also want to take up this service, is a service that can help boost your brand as well as something that can generate extra revenue for your facility. And if you're an independent consultant who also want to set up probably a nanny agency, this is a very good form of service that you can include, which helps a lot because you tend to partner with a lot of schools, tend to partner with a lot of crèche to even offer them emergency services, emergency staffs. Probably they have a need somewhere and a staff didn't show up today due to one story or the other. You're always there to be called on. Please send me a mobile nanny urgently, and then you quickly send them someone who will go fill up the space, so they won't have to have lapses here and there. And that's going to be a daily rate. They will just pay you your daily fee for that particular staff who is absent. They will just replace her immediately. So this is the new phase of childcare that we're changing, and we believe that gradually we're going to get there and help people to better understand that childcare is a brand, and we just have to get to appreciate that. So that's what we're going to be looking at, mobile nanny service. So that's this course, and I want to assure you you're going to have a wonderful experience, and at the end of the day you're going to be really glad that you took this course because it's going to expose you to a lot of things. Mobile nanny is the new era nanny. It doesn't necessarily require going to the home of a client to work as a general nanny does, but as a mobile nanny you work from anywhere. You are available on call to offer childcare services where needed. A mobile nanny is actually a problem solver. Why did I say that? A mobile nanny makes the lives of employees who have little children easier. While they are at work, they are in a conference, you can watch over their kids for them either at home, or probably if they are still very tender and they want to go along with the baby, you can easily follow them along. So you may be invited to watch the kids, probably at event centers, at the office. Probably they want to set up somewhere quiet, probably in their conference room, probably there are doctors on call, there are lawyers, judges, whatever it is they do. They want their child, their maybe little child around them, and they will need someone to assist. This is where you come in. You'll be invited to entertain the child and keep the child or the children safe while they attend to their various jobs. So this is what a mobile nanny does. So without wasting much time, we're going to move into the skills a mobile nanny needs to be able to succeed in the profession, the skills needed as a mobile nanny. Okay, what are the skills that a mobile nanny needs? Being a successful, highly sought after mobile nanny requires more than just having genuine love for children. Parents actually rely and depend on you to keep their children safe and well cared for at the highest level of quality and professional commitment. And to achieve this, there are some qualities you must develop. You may have these qualities before, that's good for you. But if you don't have these qualities or these skills before, it's still good because you're here learning about it. Okay? And these skills are very important, and they are all you need to do in order for you to be able to be skilled in this profession. By developing these skills, it will help improve the quality of your care while running a mobile nanny service. It is very sensitive running a mobile service because you are the boss. Everything is very clear. You must be professional. Unlike working in a facility where you can hide under the umbrella of someone's facility. But this time around, it's your profession. Immediately they employ you to run a service today, and then you didn't do well, they won't call you the next day. So it is a very, very sensitive service, and that is why it's good that you're taking this training, because from the first day you might ruin your brand if you don't do it right. That is just it. Everybody, it's just the normal routine we see around. Everybody will want to claim that they know childcare. They have 4 kids, they have 5 kids, so they can run childcare, they can take care of kids. It's much more than that. Okay, so that is why it is important for you to know what is necessary, is needed. It's not just to care for the children. There are some qualities you must develop. There are some skills you must have. And that is what we're going to be looking at. First is the ability to take directives from others. You must be able to take directives from others. Sometimes people who are older than you, who call you for a job, it's easier for you to obey them because they are older than you. But fortunately, sometimes you get to see people who are much more younger than you inviting you to come run a service for them. At this point in time, will it be easier for you to also take directives from them, or you want to begin to prove to them that you know much more? Your clients, they will definitely give you rules to follow within the period of care. You should be ready and willing to take directives well from them. Why? Because they are the ones that have been with the children. You're just getting to meet the child. So you need to know everything you need to know about that child, no matter your experience. Each child is unique and have their own peculiar circumstances. So you will need all the information the parent is willing to give you so that you can be able to care for the child in the right way that will make the mom feel at home with peace of mind that she has another her at home caring for her child. On the other hand, the child also will be happy to see that, things are just going smoothly because somebody is here following the footsteps of their normal routine that they have at home. Not that you come today and you just want to change their normal routine for them. Honestly, the kids will not find it funny, and when they come, when they will just tell you, when the mom comes, "Mommy, we don't want this auntie because today is just boring." Why? Because you came and you just changed their routine for them. So it becomes difficult for them to adapt. So you are a mobile nanny. A mobile nanny is to do it the way the person at home has been doing it before you came. The person who is at the facility, who cares for this child, or wherever you have been invited to, has been doing it. So you are coming like another replacement of that person for those few minutes, few hours you've been called to take up the service. You're not coming to come and begin to impose your own policies or standards on them. And that is why mobile nanny is easier. You don't learn too much. You don't cram. You don't go to study this, study that. You only need some basic knowledge in childcare to run it, because you're going to be following the footsteps of the mom. Whatever it is she's asked you to do, that is what you're going to do, because you are coming to help her in handling the child within those periods. Some parents may be very harsh, okay? They talk a lot, act, okay, anyhow. Don't worry. They need your service, but they are forming. You've seen some of those clients before. They desperately need your service, but they will be forming. Some will form posh, okay? Take it like that. Still respect them, and they will invite you next time. Even give you referrals. When you do your job well, they will definitely want to work with you again and again. That's how it is. You must be able to take directives from parents. This is the number one skill you need. I have seen clients who call for a mobile nanny, and she booked 4 hours, and the nanny did not spend 1 hour. She sent her away. She said, no, I can't cope with this. This person is just too, authoritative. She's not ready to humble herself to even follow my directives. It's been difficult managing her. Sorry, I don't want. She has already paid, but she just left it, and that was the end. She never called him because the person was running a nanny agency services, so she called in for a nanny. She never used her again. Okay, so that is how it works. You must learn to be able to take directives. It can ruin everything. A brand you've built today can be ruined just by that, because one parent will tell another, another will tell another. Take directives. Don't worry. If that is how they've been doing it before, don't come and change it on your day one and feel that, okay, you want to do it right. You won't achieve the results she wants you to come. She has paid you. Please come watch over my child for this period. She didn't say, come teach my child, okay, new ways of, childcare. Come impose this on my child. No, watch over my child. So whatever means she has been using to raise her child, those periods, allow her to do it the way she wants to do it. It's only when it's a sensitive situation and you see that it's life-threatening, that's when you can offer suggestions and no. But if it is her method of taking care of the child, for the fact that it's just for a few hours, allow it. Then in your report at the end of the day, you may now make suggestions, okay, recommendations on better ways things can be done around here. Okay, that is the most professional way to do it. Because in just a few hours, you can't come and begin to impose and say you know more than the parent who has been caring for the child for this long. Okay, so that is something that we need to be very, very careful about as a mobile nanny. The next point is flexibility. Another skill you need to develop is flexibility. Now, children are unique, so you should not expect all kinds of children, even of the same age, to act or react the same way. Even though some kids might look some age, they may not act that age. Do not say a boy of 2 years old enjoying playing with cars, while girls, okay, of that age like to play with toys, baby toys. You may be surprised that some boys may never like cars and some girls may never like baby toys. So in this regard, you should focus on activities that all the kids like generally, okay, regardless of their age and gender. For example, all kids love to read books, play games, Legos. So as you prepare your own kit, you should make available general activity stuffs that would appeal to all kinds of kids you meet. Some kids may love eating while standing or running around. You've gone there and then you're used to a child sitting quiet, feeding, and this family, no, the child will run around, come back, take one spoon from you and run back again. Be flexible, okay? Don't worry. Manage the child for those periods. If you have to run around with the child, run around with the child. Calmly, pet the child by using the toy. Okay, come see this. To be able to keep the child closer. Okay, hold it and be playing while you're feeding the child. There are methods you can strategically, but don't make this child cry. Don't make this child feel bad. Imposing the child should sit down and eat. Okay, on your day one, the child will not enjoy his or her day that day and will definitely tell the mom, I don't want this auntie next time. Okay, very, very terrible. So it is very, very important that you be flexible, learn to adapt to whichever child you've seen, adapt to them. Now you may get to some families who may be very rich and then they have everything. The kids have more toys, more clothes, more everything. And you might get to some families, their religion are different to what you're used to. Some might not have much, they just have little, but she has money to pay you to run service for that day. How do you flexible? You get there, maybe in the other house or in the other office where you're going to today, they have a standard AC, they have everything there, they have washing hand basin where you have to go do. But in this other family that you've been invited to, or the office they've been asked to do, probably they just gave you a corner to sit down with the child without any AC. It's just a natural ventilation that you have, no fan, and then you just have to mind the child within those periods. Okay, no no flat screen telly to face you, no nothing. Will you say you're not going to offer that service because the place is not a posh place for you? No. You have to offer the service because they've paid you. The fact that the person can afford the fee shows that this person is your client and there's a child to care for. So you must be flexible. What about special needs kids? Okay, you might also get to a family where you'll be invited, though you'll be informed though, because you would have asked. When we get there, you see what are things you ask, the kind of child you'll be caring for, what are the basic peculiarities, so that it will help you to prepare. Okay, today you might be going to a family where the child is a special needs child, and then there are a lot of things for you to do. You have to keep doing it, smiling, because it's a service you're rendering, and you do it professionally. This is what stands you out as a mobile nanny. Okay, that is how it is to succeed. You must be flexible. Don't show yourself and begin to change, the child on the very first day. It will be a disaster. Don't change the parents. Don't begin to correct the parents and all that. Oh no, we don't do this. This is not professional. Kids will be unhappy. Clients would not be happy. They will pay you, yes, but they will never call you again for your service. That is how bad it is. So we need to be careful. Flexibility is another important quality a mobile nanny needs. Another skill a mobile nanny needs is to develop the ability to talk and listen to parents and kids very well. And that's communication skills. Talk less and listen more is the slogan for a mobile nanny. Talk less, listen more. Use simple words the child would understand. Give them an opportunity to choose what they want, not what they shouldn't do. Some things like that we impose on them that turn them off. Do not do this, do not do that, do not do this. Those are things that turn them off. On the first day you're handling a child and you're already doing, don't do this, don't do that. Come on, that's not what you're there for. Okay, so talk less, listen more, use simple words the kids understand. Give them opportunity to choose what they want. No, okay, so you, as a mobile nanny, there are some phrases you should be comfortable using. Okay, do you want small milk? Please put the toys in the bag. Don't say, don't touch that toy. You can't eat more food. You've been eating all day. Don't use those words. Okay, don't use them. Don't say, don't do that. Don't do that. Just be positive. Say, okay, baby John, can you put those toys in the bag? Let's practice. Things like that. That's what you do. Everything you do must be play-like, must be fun for the child while you're correcting the child, so that you make the child feel comfortable on the one. Don't say, don't touch this, don't touch that. Okay, not that you don't straighten them out, okay, when they've done something wrong, but you do it in a positive way. Okay, I like it when you pick up the toys, the place looks tidy now, but you see when you leave the toys all around littered, you may slip, and then when you fall, you get hurt, and we can't play around anymore, we can't even go out, kids, when they hear that, no, oh no, I don't want to do that, I don't want to fall, I want to play. You see them obeying you, so you must be able to be flexible. Okay, now this is for the child. What about communicating with the parents? You must appear professional in the way you receive calls and schedule appointments, even before you even they contract you officially. Okay, if you're finally hired, tell them the exact day and time you're working, so they can also pay for the exact service you're offering. Do not make commitments like, I will be available around 4 to 5. Or like 3:30 or about 2. These words is a word that is forbidden for mobile nannies. Around, about, between, there's nothing like that. If you say 4 to 5, that's 1 hour. 4, you're there. 5, you're off. Anything above that is an extra time which must be paid for. You won't come late and say 4:05, you're late. You have to refund 5 minutes money. That's how it is. It's a professional job. Instead, you go early and give them some minutes free. That is how it is. Don't cheat a client and go late. Treat them with respect and courtesy. Listen more, talk less. Be honest to them about what to expect. Okay? what to expect when they take you. This is what we do. This is how I do it. This is what we expect. We'll communicate. We'll have this. Don't tell them what they won't see. Let your yes be yes. Let your no be no. Be specific and make sure you all agree on a definite terms. That is a very good way to communicate. Listen to them. Let them talk. They will talk more. Get a journal. Make notes as they are talking, so you don't miss out any instructions that they are giving to you. You don't have any instructions to give, so yours is just to listen. That's the beautiful thing about mobile nanny service. Once they call you, your job is to listen. Just listen to them. Let them tell you everything. Blah, 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 blah. Write it down. As you're talking, you're writing. As you're talking, you're writing, noting the things you can't remember, so that when they are gone, you can go through them and know that, okay, these are the things she wants me to do today. You are replacing her. You are another half for that day. Professional job. Well, is a professional service. So nobody looks down on a mobile nanny. So that is just it, because you're coming to replace the mom as a professional in her home, or in her office, or in her business place, wherever it is that you're there. You're representing her as the mother of the child you're caring for. So everything you must be able to listen, so that you can do it the way she does it, and that makes you the professional that you are. That is how it is. It's not just all about coming to change diapers and go away. So it is important for you to be able to have a very good communication skill, so that you can be able to enjoy your job and clients also enjoy you. Be proactive. You must be able to take actions when issues arise that involves the safety and well-being of the child in your care. Be safety conscious and put the safety of the kids first when you're on duty. You're responsible for them, So when there's a compromising situation arise, you need to act swiftly, because you're not familiar with the environment. You don't know what's happening. So you need to make a call. Call the clients. Call her immediately. This is a challenge you're facing, because she might have told you, in case of emergency, you must have asked, what do I need to do? Is there a button I need to press here? Is there a call I need to make? What are the codes we can use to quickly alert you, this and this? You must be able to plan all this down, because so that you will be at the safer side. Do you need to send an SMS? Do you need to do this? These are very important that you must do. So these are the basic skills that you need to develop as a childcare, a mobile nanny, because there is nothing more. You're there to serve your clients, so you should just do it. You should just do it. Just do it. Just do it the way she wants it to be done, and that way you'll be able to enjoy this professional relationship with the client. It is important. If you do this effectively well, you'll be able to build a relationship that could be sustained. That might be the only time the client will ever use you. She might not have a need for you again, but trust me, she's going to tell somebody else, and she's going to tell somebody else that, wow, this woman makes lives easy. Just one day, and she did everything excellently well. The other person will say, who? They will say, what? Okay, call her, please. Let me book an appointment. Really? There's something like that? Then I will not even bother going to crèche chef. I will not bother taking my child to any crèche. I'll just call you to come offer this service. That's just it. From there, you see that you're fully booked. For months, you're booked. For a month, you're booked. Because you have a client to see today. You have a client to see tomorrow. That's it. Okay? But people look at it when they say mobile nanny. They just feel, oh, okay, I will not be doing nanny up and down and all that. They don't know it's a professional career that can take you further than where you can ever imagine. Childcare is different, and we're going to change that. We're going to change people's mentality and help them see childcare as something that is a brand on its own. And by the time we get there, we would even attract brands too to our brand. That's just how it is. So it's not just an anyhow profession, and that's why you're learning, because you've taken a course. You're now going to be certified as a professional nanny. You're going to be differentiated from every other nanny, wherever it is you're doing. So even if you're going to be setting up your own brand as a nanny agency, you're going to be different. Everybody is going to see that this is a brand, is a profession that should be envied by others. So you're going to be different, stand out of the crowd. So when parents are looking for who, okay, they will rather go to a professional who is trained than for anybody who they'll just pick. and then the lady will come looking tattered, tie her hair, which is a normal culture that they see about nannies. They'll just tie their hair, wear tattered clothes. Okay, nanny, okay, all right. You know how to wash pants? Do you know how to change diaper? They do not be speaking pidgin and anyhow. That is the kind of nanny that is common, but we're changing the game. Professional nanny, parents would rather prefer you because you have been trained and certified to offer that. So these are basically the skills that can stand you out as a professional. Now let's move over to services you can offer as a mobile nanny. So what are the services you can offer as a mobile nanny? There are different services, and sometimes you can just specify and specialize in a particular niche. Okay, you might just pick a niche and said, okay, this is the niche I want to focus on. So that is another way. You can imagine mobile nanny too, they're having a niche and say, yes, this is my area of specialty as a mobile nanny. Some do that. Okay, so you can also do that. One of those services is the nanny for special needs children. There are those who have knowledge about special needs children. They are specialists in handling in special needs children. They could brand as a nanny for special needs children only, or probably an agency can also indicate special needs children as part of the services mobile nanny services they run and offer. Now, if you possess any of these special knowledge or skills, such as probably autism, cerebral palsy, Down syndrome, any other special needs, these are some of the things you can brand as. Now, I started with this category because it is the most highly sought after service in mobile nanny. Yes, it's the most highly sought after. Start today as a mobile nanny for special needs. You will thank me later. It's the most highly sought after. Parents are looking for it. You'll be amazed at how well they would trip for you. Like, what? This is what I'm looking for. This is what I'm looking for. They would rather prefer that. Some people just want to keep their child at home in their privacy. They just want to have someone private who handles them wherever they are going. Some parents cannot leave their child. They're always with this child because of the special needs. And then so they will need someone around, another them who can represent them, and they have their work, their businesses they want to do, but because of the child, they are not comfortable. They can't leave the child and all that. So when they see someone who is a specialist, they have nannies. Nannies are everywhere. You can get nanny. But when you are now coming out like, I'm a special, needs child nanny. Wow, they would rather prefer that because you have experiences. You're professional in that. So the need is there. It's just that no one is branding to do it. No nanny agency focus on this service. The parents of these kids are stagnated, honestly, with no help. All they do is just manage the other nannies that they can find, which are not really specialists in handling the children, but they just give them the general care that they have. So if you're here and your plan is you have a school, you have a center, and you want to go into mobile in nanny agencies, wow, these are some of the things you can do. And brand. Childcare has gone beyond you just open your school and people come pay school fees and go today 7 to 8 they are done, 3 to 4. No, you are a professional. So these are things you can do. So that's why I chose this as the first service a mobile nanny can offer. If you are a special needs child, a specialist, wow, you can start and brand as a professional in that. Now, newborn care specialist. Now, mobile nannies can also become newborn care nanny, mobile nanny. You can brand as a newborn care mobile nanny. What does this mean? Most of our mothers those days, especially now, it's not like those days, even though now some mothers are no longer cooperating. Our mothers are always there, who have always been offering this service to us for free. They come, care for our child as soon as he's born. Even some come before the child is born and begin to nurse you, the baby is born, they start nursing you, and then you just be relaxing, and they will care for the child for months, okay, before going back. Some of us don't even pay them anything, okay, though some of us try. Okay, so this is the service they do, and some of our mothers even do it for neighbors. You see them doing for neighbors, even some people from next. I remember those days, my mom, some people will come from another area and come and pick her. The husband will come very early, come and pick my mom and take her. She doesn't know them before. She doesn't know them. It's just a family friend who just referred her, and then the woman just put to bed. And okay, my mom is like this local midwife at home. Those people who used to deliver children at home those days, they were professional and all that. So they'll call her, she'll care. The child will be born, she'll still be going there to bathe the child. They'll go very early, she'll go and bathe the child and come back. Okay, even in the area where we stay, you see, she'll be doing those jobs those days. And I'll be looking like, okay, we didn't understand until I started Childcare and we started together. Like I started with her as well. Okay, and I first opened my first center and I started seeing how important this thing is. Like newborn is another branding. I said, wow, this thing can be branded. Okay, and we started, instead of just doing it, it became something that I branded in my Childcare those days, and started earning, okay, referrals as this. Like I told you, you have to use your, and know how to brand and package anything you can package. You can always package it. You can always package whatever. And that's how newborn care started. Okay, it started a long time. A long time. People have been doing it, but they did not give it a name officially. Now it's been given a name globally, newborn care specialist. So if you're a mobile nanny, you're an elderly person who can handle newborns very well, you can definitely start up this service as a mobile nanny, as a newborn care specialist. You indicate it as part of the things you do. So if a parent is stranded, we know a lot of women today, like I told you, it's still very common. There are some ladies, some women who don't have anybody. They don't have anybody, like me, no mother, no nothing again. So you give birth today, you'll be ready to look for somebody to come care for the child for you, or you do it yourself. You already have experience, okay? I can handle newborn, so you can do it. You do it yourself. And there are some new people, many ladies are getting married today. They don't have any experience about childcare. They need, and some of them don't have parents. They don't have anybody to call. They are very stranded. I used to see a lot of them stranded, nobody. Tell me, if you brand like this and you come out and say, I'm a newborn care mobile nanny, tell me, they will look for you. They will come. Or you're in an agency and you have women who can do this, and you brand them, package them, and a client is calling. Of course, you have someone to send there to handle that. These are things to do. So I'm taking them one after the other for things that I know works well for mobile nanny services. It brands well. I never did nanny agency. I keep saying this. I never did nanny agency, but I've helped a lot of people who have done it, because I do a lot. I'm a lot in childcare. So I decided that no, I wasn't going to do nanny agency. Let me just teach others to do it, and I keep doing it for free. The truth is, I keep doing it for free because my mouth doesn't keep quiet. I don't keep quiet. I'm somebody who likes to just share knowledge. I share knowledge a lot. I share it a lot. That's just, it's free. I just want to help people, and that's help people, be better for people, be better for this. I don't keep my knowledge. My knowledge is not for me. If it's for me, then it's useless. Okay, I know it and I keep it to myself. It's nonsense. So I want to share it to be able to help others, and that's what makes you unique, makes you different. So that's what I've been doing. Rather than set up the mobile nanny service, I decided to help people, to teach people, and that's what I've been doing over the years. So people wondering that, Ma, why don't you open a nanny agency? I said, together with this one I'm doing, I run every model of childcare. I want to do that one. I said, no, I wasn't going to do it. But people will still call me, please referral, I need this, I need that. I will still send part of the pattern stuff I use for my event creator and everything. I will still send them sometimes to go do these mobile nanny services, because I know they are skilled and trained in that. But I never did officially did a nanny agency. I never did that. Okay, because of the stress of managing different sections and all that. So I decided not to do it, but I have helped a lot of people who are successful in it, and that's why I believe that if you do it, so you'll be successful in it. I'm glad you're taking the knowledge. My job is to help you know what is obtainable, and I want to see you go and excel in it, because it's something that a lot of people do not know about. They don't know that they can do it this way. They don't know. That's just it. Well, they don't know that they can do it this way, and then that's why the knowledge is not there. So when you come out now and brand, you'll be able to help parents to see that, wow, so this service is really there for me. So mobile nanny service is newborn care is something that has been going on for a long time. It's simple, as just the name implies. Your job is to come care for a newborn. That is okay. The mother is busy, she's not experienced. Even if she's not busy, even though that's the point now, even though she's not busy, she's at home, she just gave birth and she needs someone to care for. She'll call you every morning, maybe for a first week, and then she use that first week to learn and see what you're doing. She's okay, I can take it off from here. Help me handle the dangerous part. That is it. Okay? And then probably a day that she might want to go for immunization. Okay, she'll say, please come for the first 3 days, because the baby might be having temperature and I will need someone around. Okay? You can imagine. So she won't feel the absence of having a mother or no mother-in-law and everything, because there's somebody matured who is offering this service as a brand and can come help her. So this is something, so you won't have to go look for a neighbor to beg or inconvenience another family who are not willing, who will come and frown their faces. They are not happy doing it. Okay? Or probably she's fine. She's scaled through the first few weeks herself, but then she needs to rush to go to a meeting, a seminar, or somewhere, and a newborn still breastfeeding. She can't take the baby into the hall. She can't take the baby to the, maybe she's having a roundtable meeting with clients. She can't take the baby there. She needs you around her, very close. You need to follow her to those events, follow her to those meetings, follow her to the office, so you can mind the child while she's working. Those are some of the things that you do, okay? Because you're experienced, you can handle the newborn. So because the baby is still very tender, you know all the things you need to watch out for. She would prefer to pick someone who is a newborn care specialist than just any other nanny. That is some of the services you can run. So when you are running them, you will indicate them. By the time we're branding now, you're going to indicate, this is my key specialty. And then you list them. So parents get to see that, wow, okay, something is here. You might open today, parents just leave and make inquiries. She's making inquiry probably for herself, for somebody from later, and then you just be there. And they'll see, okay, they'll come back later. I've seen that. A client will inquire from me last year, and they'll never say anything until this year. They already know what they wanted, but they needed to get planned, prepare. Some will save up, and then they'll come. I used to see clients who will tell me that, I saw your course, and I've been saving up for the amounts, but I get to see that, wow, the price have changed now and everything. I'll say, okay, let me see. Let's strike a balance. Probably I'll now look at it. I'll say, okay, well, did you really make inquiries then? If I see that, okay, probably the person made an inquiry, I might be able to, okay, let me see what I can do and everything. Maybe strike a balance somewhere in between to just subsidize the fee for the client. That's how I manage sometimes with my clients. So you must, okay, because sometimes they get to appreciate what you do from a distance, and then they don't need the service at that moment. But when the need comes, you see them, they will rush and come to you. So that is how to grow a brand. You don't expect to start today and you're there. No, it grows. You continue to water whatever you're doing, being proficient, being professional, and gradually people get to appreciate you, and then you get to gain more recognition. So that's how it is. You must be able to be specialized. Your specialty, you must be able to state it clearly for people to be able to see. So this is basically what the services, the first two services you can run. We're still going to look at the next one is nanny sharing services. Ordinarily, this kind of service happens when a client is used to you. The nanny sharing services happens when a client has been using you for over time, and then she's used to you. She loves the way you handle the kids, and then she wants you to come handle the children. Probably she has a relative who came around for visitation. Someone came from home and she needed someone to handle the children while they go out for probably an event, and children are now more. That's 2 families in one. So you must be able to say, because there are a number of kids you probably can take for one care. If there are more than one, you will say, okay, you will call for help. It's 2 clients now, 2 families now. The fees are different and everything. So these services are also there. Nannies can share. You can offer sharing services. The parents, maybe a neighbor can bring their children to this particular client's house and say, okay, please help us watch the children today. All these children at once in this home. So they are bringing all of them together into a particular place. You'll be able to care for them all together in that place. So instead of 1 family, you have 2 families to care for. That is what they call nanny sharing services. So you will be offering those services for these 2 different families. It might be more than your normal ratio that you can handle, or it might still be within what you can handle alone. Fine. So they probably want to share the cost for that day. Then you might probably reconsider her for that service that day to split the fee, or probably add something a little on top of it for you, since you're having 2 families on ground. So that is the service. Nanny sharing services is always common. You see this a lot, really, especially when during holidays and everything, families come. It's common. No person calls you the first time and then tell you to come for nanny sharing services. I think it's hard. I've not seen that, really. It might be possible. It's always clients who have used you before. They enjoyed your service, so probably maybe a client came, or they have a friend who came, or relative traveled, or the kids are more and everything, or the family, a friend, she's going for a wedding with a friend, and then the other one said, I don't know where to keep my children. I said, don't worry, I would call this nanny I work with. She's a very good person. The mobile nanny should come and then bring your kids to my house. So those are the kind of instances you find this service. Okay. Now, other mobile nanny services are just the general ones. You go anywhere the clients want you to go. You're there, event nanny. She might not want, maybe there's no event crèche there, and she just wants to go with the children in the wedding. She wants you to handle the kids outside the environment while she's enjoying her event. Schools and daycare centers can call you to fill in for an emergency staff that is absent from work. These are services you offer. Emergency care services for schools and daycare owners. This is another service that's very common and it's very, very popular. They call you regularly. You get to see this service every time. It's because sometimes a week, 2 days, 3 days, staff might be off, staff might be on holidays, staff might sick, and then there's a lapse in the facility. They will quickly call in for your service to come fill up those 2-3 days there in the service. You can imagine. I'm sure you'll be amazed that, wow, this really happens. Yes, it does. It does happen, and that is what we do. Okay, so you're seeing that now that the market is large. You can imagine. So there's nothing like my nanny didn't show up today in this daycare, no staff, or this school say, oh, this class, the teacher is that. No, you have someone to handle that. Okay, and you can imagine most nanny services you see, agencies you see. Do you really see these services? No, they don't. They don't offer it. Okay, but tell them to come for training now. They will look at it that, what will she teach me? What does she know? So that's how it is. There's hotel nanny in mall, airports care. Okay, you're mobile. You're called in to be on board. I'm sure you're amazed. Yes, you might call in to be on board of an airline. So that's some of the services you can run. Okay, probably that airline is going to be having clients that they have a lot of children on board. They will call in for a nanny to be on board for that flight, so that in case there's, they'll be able to mind the children while on board, so that, to be able to handle them and keep them calm. Kids don't stay calm on the flight. They don't. It's very funny. Oh goodness, when you meet children on the airline, oh, they're always here. They're always there. They don't care. They're enjoying themselves. Oh, so on the flight. So it's always funny. So you can imagine mobile nannies can call. They can be called in to follow a flight that has more of children on board. Okay, they can only call you when they know you exist. So these are your marketing strategies, because as I'm telling you now, you're also seeing areas you can go market yourself as a mobile nanny. So it is important for you to know they don't employ mobile nannies and keep. Airlines don't do that. How many times do they have that? But they only call in for specialists. When they know you're there offering this service, they'll call you in for it. They'll call you in when the need arise. So these are areas you can look at, because they're always there. When they see that the bookings are done in advance, they will see the number of children that are coming on board. There's a limit to the number they overlook. When they're going to be having more of kids on board, they're always calling for a mobile nanny. So just take note of that. Very, very important. So those are some of the services that you offer as a mobile nanny. Can you see? Is it not large? Well, yes, I guess you're wondering and you're staring, wow, this woman. You could be wondering, right? That is this really? Yes, it is. So you get ready for a lot of work as a mobile nanny. The next thing we're going to be looking at now is childcare competency of a mobile nanny. Childcare competencies of a mobile nanny. Now, a mobile nanny is needed basically for infants and toddlers, or probably preschoolers, or children who have basically special needs and all that. So a mobile nanny who wants to be successful is expected to possess a knowledge of infant and toddler care. So instead of creating a full training for you on infant and toddler care for this course, I've decided to include the general infant and toddler care course for you for this program. So instead of just learning about the infant and toddler care for mobile nanny services, which is nothing different from the regular infant and toddler care, so I decided to give you the access to the full knowledge from the course, because the infant and toddler care course that we have is detailed to equip you either as for a mobile nanny job, working in private homes, or in a commercial childcare center. So that is what that course covers. So in this module, in the next module, you have access to infant and toddler care. You get a separate certificate for that to support your credential, because it is a major knowledge you need to care for infant and toddler care. So for this course, it's 2 certificates, because you're going to have that certificate for infant and toddler care. It's going to be a separate course you're going to study. So the knowledge of that infant and toddler care generally would help you in building your competency as a mobile nanny, because if you don't know how to handle the children, it's going to be another lapses. And that's what that knowledge covers. Infant and toddler care gives you a general knowledge of how to handle the children when you are on the job. You know, we've been learning about how to handle the clients, how to handle this, but the care knowledge itself, the competencies that makes you qualified as a mobile nanny, is when you are able to handle the infants and toddlers themselves. So that is what this course is going to help you cover. So you need the knowledge. So without wasting time, proceed now to cover that course, infant and toddler care. That's going to be what is going to be covered in your next module. So what are the working tools of a mobile nanny? Now that you've evaluated your skills, you have the knowledge of care, what are the tools you need as a mobile nanny? From the various services we've analyzed so far, and even from the infant and toddler care course you've completed, you've seen that as a mobile nanny, you absolutely need nothing. You could just dress up and say you're a mobile nanny, and you'll find a client once you have all these skills. Okay, but here we teach you to be a 21st century nanny. So as a mobile nanny, you are a brand, and you have to prepare yourself to be unique as a brand. So today, everything that wants to be, anybody, even everything, whatever it is that want to be relevant in this world today, something that must be branded. Okay, you see how they branded almost everything you can ever think of in this world. It has been branded, and it gains more recognition when it's been branded. So ordinary, what do they call it now? Chin chin that we eat every time. You saw how a company has been able to brand it successfully, and then it becomes something that everybody now is now branding. Everything has become branded. So if by the time you're done branding these mobile nanny services, it will be highly sought after. People will begin to like look into it. Wow, what is really this about this? So that is why you need to come out now and hit the industry as a professional, start it up and get there, so that you can be the forerunner, pace setter for others to follow. That is what makes you a unique brand. If not, people will not take you seriously. People don't take nannies seriously. The only way they take you seriously, they will take you seriously, is when you come out and make it professional and make it a brand. That way, you gain all the recognition you want, you gain all the acceptance that you want. So, what are the tools of a mobile nanny? A mobile nanny only needs her activity bag. Only needs her activity bag. In your activity bag, you may have storybooks, portable games, mini Legos, handkerchiefs, gloves, sanitizer, hand wash, your journal, your receipt booklet. Yes, you can brand and create your own receipt booklet to issue to your clients. Pens, pencils, worksheets, colors, hairband, branded scrubs. You might have your own scrubs that you want to wear when you're on duty. Wipes, pampers. In fact, it's important, not like what you like, branded scrubs. It's important, so that when you get there, even if you're dressed well, you're going to work. When you get there, you change into your working clothes before you commence your work. If you're going to be working probably in the home setting, and you know that you're going to be at home with the children, you might want to change so that you'll be comfortable to move around where you want. Okay, but if probably it's an official area and everything, you might know in advance, so you know the kind of comfortable what to wear before leaving the home. So you brand your uniforms, have different uniforms, have different shirts, trousers, polos, whatever it is you want to brand, something that will stand you out as a professional. Have all that. Inquire from the client, what outfits would you prefer for this event? Since I'm coming to follow you, I'm following you to an event, how would you want me to dress? Because I have different uniforms, different appearances for my clients based on where I'm going to. I mustn't dress like a nanny because I'm following you to a particular. So some might tell you that okay, is a traditional setting, and can you dress in a native way? Okay, so that maybe can you wear a native attire? Some will tell you to wear, okay, I know some clients, probably those of us who have been in the north, they'll tell you to wear jalabia. There's this what they call jalabia. They'll tell you to, some will give you. Okay, I used to know a client then, very, very lovely Hajia. You understand, but a very educated woman, very classy, very educated. She's always busy. Okay, so you can imagine what I just mentioned now. That's way back when I was still in school. That's what I just mentioned just now. Okay, and I was doing mobile nanny. We have done I told you I've done a lot of models in childcare. That's what I have done. Okay, so when you want to make some money as a student, that was what I was doing basically, because I love childcare, I love what to do, and I know that it works. It's something that's soft, and I was teaching the children, I was doing a lot of things. Okay, I was also serving as a home teacher as well for the kids, until I told her that I could do this service. She just gave birth. I could follow you. I said, really? You can follow me? Okay. And then she gave me a very lovely, with the veil, everything. She dressed me up. She gave me everything I needed to wear. She gave them to me as a gift. Apart from the fees she paid me. Okay. So it's something that is lovely. You can enjoy doing. Depends on how professional you've been. So have a branded uniform is very important. Okay, fancy detachable mat. Yes, customize communication sheet. Yes, create that. Your jotter, your wristwatch. Okay, it's important for you to have a watch, even if not a wristwatch, whatever it is, you have a watch. It's important for you to know your timing. Time is money for a mobile nanny. So don't enjoy your job until you do overtime. Overtime is money for you. So your time is money every day. Okay, so probably these are some of the things that I've even built my skills over the years on time management, and that's why I don't waste my time. On a lot of things. I always tell you, people will say, why do I say that? I say time is money. You don't waste it on frivolities. So a mobile nanny, your time is money. Nobody wastes your time for anything. Your time is money. So Or these are the activity. That is all you need. Working tools of a mobile nanny. Once you've gotten the knowledge is in your brain, fine. These are all you need in your bag. That's all. So you have them. You have different worksheets for different age. Okay, maybe something that you have prepared to teach this child, to teach that, something funny, diagrams, probably they will trace out something, they will carve out whatever, probably puzzles in worksheets, things you've created that is fun, that you can handle for different age. Just have them packaged in a folder in your bag. Create a very beautiful bag, go brand it with your business name, let them put the label there on your bag, or your branded bag. Okay, yes. So when you're going, you're holding your bag, you're going with it. This is a professional. That is how it is. You're working tool as a mobile nanny. You don't need much. You don't need anything. You can start from your home, your room, wherever you are. You've started. There's nothing. You don't need an office. Until you grow big, probably you have an agency or something. That's when you probably might want to say, okay, you want to have maybe an office. Maybe probably you want to hold meetings with your nannies, your teams, and everything. If not, now with this new global era, you can start a business anywhere. You can start from anywhere, okay, and you'll be successful with it. The world has changed, so I'm happy that this is even happening now. So people are getting to accept some things they've not been accepting. Anytime they call you, they'll be asking, where is your office? Where is your this? Okay. Some of us, God has been able to enlighten us over time, over the years, to be able to get to see things, okay, fast. And then we've been able to begin to plan towards such things. And that was why some of us were able to manage through the pandemic without much challenges and all that. So it's helping us to be able to diversify and be able to manage the situation. So a mobile nanny can run from anywhere. That's why it's mobile. Nobody stagnates her. Nobody stagnates the mobile nanny. She can work from anywhere. She can come anywhere to run the service. So that's that about the working tools of a mobile nanny. Okay, so what are the basic duties of a mobile nanny? The duties of a mobile nanny. Okay, you must have seen what a nanny is supposed to do in the infant and toddler care course. You've seen all the things that a nanny should know and all that. But when you're called for a mobile nanny service, there are basically what is expected of you from the client. Number one is for you to supervise and care for the children in the client's chosen location. Probably you will need to bathe the children, dress, feed the infants and the children, regardless. Okay, you might be asked to do that. Yes, bathe, dress, and feed. Prepare or serve meals. Change diapers. That's normal. Oversee the children's activities, such as their meals, their sleep time, as instructed by the client. If there are other things, activities they do, they might ask to supervise. Like I mentioned, I told you, sometimes they might have, it might be in the client's home, and then probably the children have lesson teachers. The children have other activities they are doing at home. Probably they are learning an instrument or they are doing something. She might ask you to supervise them as they are doing that with the teacher. Maybe she does that too. When she's around, she watches what they do. Probably serve them snacks and everything when they are doing it and all that. So you might be asked as well to supervise, oversee the activities. Instruct children in personal hygiene and social development. Basically, you might want to do that. Just the personal hygiene on how to maintain. Wash their hands, don't put hand in their noses and all that, in their nose and all that. So discipline the children according to the methods requested by the parents. I mentioned that earlier. You must be able to follow every information to the letter as directed by the parent. Organize and participate in activities such as the games, crafts, reading, to provide amusement and exercise for the children. So your kits that you've packaged and you're going with is for you to be able to create an activity. That's what makes you a professional. Don't just go there and just hold the children. As the normal regular nanny behaves, they will just go sit down, just change that part, so they don't care about helping the child develop socially, academically, just for whatever it is that will help the child improve. They are not interested. So anything that will amuse the child for fun doesn't concern them. So far the child has eaten, they've changed their baths, that's all they rely on. So as a professional, you are different because you're knowledgeable, you're skilled. So you must be able to plan and prepare, okay, activities that would engage the children using some of the things you've gone with, some of the tools. That's why you have different activities. So when you get there and you've observed the children for the few hours, okay, you'll be able to understand what can work for them, what you can pick out of your tools to be able to use to keep the children happy. Sometimes clients can tell you, okay, we have some of these things that the child likes that would do use for them. You might be able to engage the children with this. Some of them have that, so you can get those things to use. Some will tell you, okay, please, we have a playground, we just want the children, please take them to the swing, teach them this, do this for them, do that, okay. And or you might be said, okay, please, we want you to take the children to the zoo, or want to take them to shopping. That's part of the things you do as a mobile. Then they call you. They'll tell you, this is what I want you to do. Take my child to shopping today. Please take the child to the salon. Take the child to make their hair, or take the child to a movie, and all that. So many things you'll be asked to go do. They will give you a driver, okay, and so okay, the driver will take you, depending on the kind of clients. That's I'm telling you things we've seen. Now I told you an experience of a client who gave me a very good, and that's not even the first. A lot of times go to the house. I learned some of the culinary skills from her. Okay, it's because there's always events, there's always activities, and she'll just call you, please come, or you're coming with me today, you're going with me here, you're doing this, a lot of things. The client will call you, and then you see yourself, you're busy. I don't have time for rubbish. When you're back then as a lady, you don't have time for some frivolities, some activities, because you're improving. It's those skills over time. I keep telling people, the skills I've developed over the years is what is helping me now to be well skilled. And that's like, wake me up from sleep, anything about childcare, I'll tell you. What to make money from childcare, I'll tell you. If it won't work, I'll tell you. Because I have understood, I've studied every model. And one thing is, you keep getting more knowledge as you go, more ways you keep opening. So you need to start up somewhere. So that's how it is. Clients will call you for a lot of things as a mobile nanny. Once you say you're a professional, you can go anywhere, you can do anything that has to do with the child. Be ready to do a lot of things. Be ready to see a lot of activities that you would do. You will do a lot. They'll call you for a lot. Your hours is reading, and they are going to pay for that. That's your job. You will even enjoy the job. You enjoy it. It will be fun. You see, these days you see a lot of people, nannies, the staff and everything, they go to the office, squeezing their face. They are not happy. By the time you decide to brand as a professional, you would enjoy the job. Clients will prefer professionals than to the regular nanny. Please have that at the back of your mind. Keep records of the day's activity and share with the parents. Be a good role model to the clients in the way you speak, in the way you act, in the way you dress. It is important for you to be a role model so that it would help, okay? You're not going to be imposing anything on the children on day one. Will make them happy. Children will meet you the first day. They will love you, and they want to see you again. They don't want you to go again. They will even start crying. Okay, like they don't want you to go. Please don't go, please stay. And you see a client sometimes, by time probably they've gotten so used to you, they'll call you to come over for the weekend, and you decide that you're going to be there for 3 days, and that they will don't worry. That time you see, they'll tell you, how much is your bill? Come on, don't worry, we'll pay you this amount. Since you'll be sleeping over, they will pay you well, because the children are now getting to love you. And you see that you're still a mobile nanny, not a full nanny, but you're there on contract basis. In those 3 days, you make life fun for the children, okay? And you're going to be there. They'll say, look, we are going on a vacation. We have other house, other staff at home, okay? They probably have a house manager and everything. They'll give you a room. You're like a guest now. You're there. And then for your job is just to mind the children. You can imagine. So it's always fun. So it's important that you take this seriously. So that's that about the basic duties of a mobile nanny. Every other thing that comes in along the way, so long as it's within the activities of what you're doing, of course you absorb them. So that's basically it. So now let's move into the business of a mobile nanny. So now that you've done all the evaluation, you know the type of services you can offer, you know what is expected of you, and you know the tools you need. It's time to begin your business planning proper. At this stage, it's time to structure your day. as a professional mobile nanny, you need planning in order for you to be able to achieve success with your brand, because it's going to be a busy activity. You're going to be taxed. You might be on a job today, somebody will call you again to book for tomorrow and all that. So you have to plan. You have to have a proper schedule so that you will not become unprofessional. You'll be worked out and then you will not be able to enjoy the job. So planning is key. So at this stage, before you even begin promotions or anything, you must be able to map out how your business structure will look like. So the first thing you do is, how many days in a week will you work, and what are those days going to be? Is it Monday to Wednesday? Is it Tuesday to Friday? Is it Saturday? Whatever it is. Or is it Monday to Sunday all around? Whatever it is, you have to map that out. Then how many hours will you work daily? You have to draw it, sketch it out. How many hours will you work daily? Monday is going to be probably you are still taking professional courses somewhere, or probably you're busy with other things, and then you say, okay, I will only work maybe from 8 to 12, or probably from 8 to 3, from 4 to downwards. I'm not going to do that or anything. Or probably you're working elsewhere and probably you work morning to this particular time, and then the other times are free for your mobile nanny services. You can map it out the way you want. Then how many hours will you work daily? Yes, I've talked about that. How will your daily rate be? How much will you charge per day? How much per hour? How much per day? You must be able to map it out. Then overtime charges. How much will I charge for a client who asks me to stay extra 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes? There, you have to know what will you be charging per that. Will I overlook the first 5 minutes? Will I overlook the first 10 minutes? Or will I overlook whatever it is? You must state there in your own schedule to know what it is before you now create a proper pricing list and all that. So it is important for you to do that. With your experience, what category of kids can you care for? Aside the regular kids, can you offer special needs, care for special needs children? If so, which one? Then can you offer services for newborn, whatever it is, and all that? Will you be offering nanny sharing services? Whatever it is you want to do, map it out and say the services, category of the kids you want to care for, these are the age grades that you can handle and all that. You must state it. How will you eat while on duty? You see, most things I always experience with mobile nannies is that they are planning the day, planning how they will make money, how they will go serve clients. They forget about themselves totally. So they don't bother about, they ignore that aspect of how will I feed that day, while on the job. How will I, use the restroom? Is there provisions? What if I'm pressed? How will I manage that? They don't bother, they forget. So it's later they get to realize that they were hooked, and most mobile nannies on the first day get to starve. Like, they become very hungry, tired, because they can't eat anything. Eventually you see them drinking the child's water and all that, chewing the child's biscuits and everything. So these are practical experiences that we've seen. That's why it's important for you to train. The training exposes you to a lot of things and prepare you so you will not be trapped. Okay, so you need to know how you will eat while on duty. Will you go with your meals, or will the clients provide meal? So it is important, you need to know this in advance, because not all services will give you an opportunity to cook your meal or eat. You may also find someone, you may not even find someone to send to go get you meals. Okay, and you can't leave the kids to go get meals. So you need to think about this carefully and plan. So it will help you to know the right questions to ask the clients when they are making inquiries based on the type of service you're offering them. This is where the work begins. You need to map out the service structure and what is going to involve. Okay, so that is very, very important for you to be able to do. You must be able to map it out and write it out and say, okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is how it's going to be. Okay, to help you to know what you need for the day. So even when a client is calling to make inquiries, you also know what you're asking the clients. Okay. it is very important. Now, I want to quickly talk about mobile nanny sharing. It's important for you to be sure you're going to be doing this for free or for charges. If a client is going to be bringing other kids for you to care for, and you want to do it just for free based on the fee she is paying alone, you must be careful, because you get to be cheated in this angle. Eventually you discover that you become somebody who will be using you to make money from others, and then you will just be getting only a particular fee. That's what happens. I've seen it before. The woman has suddenly started making money in her parlor because she bring kids from other places, and then this particular nanny who she has paid for will go on the mobile nanny services, probably her weekends and everything, and she will still charge the same fee for only that client, and then this nanny will be serving about 3 or 4 families. So it become overwhelming and all that. Sometimes she had to even call for help to follow her to the place on that same fee of herself alone. Okay, because she doesn't know that it's a professional something she needs to brand and be able to specify her rates and the number of kids per service. You must be able to state it. Per service, I can only handle 3 children. If you're going to bring 4, is extra fee. If you're going to bring 5, extra fee, because I have to get extra hands to support. So these are some of the things you must map out carefully and agree upon before you take it up. Now, prepare your own client interview questions. Having gone through this first stage, you've seen all these things. Now you now know that there are definitely things I will ask my client based on the service I'm going to be rendering. Yes, so you must prepare your interview question in advance and keep it handy. So when your client is calling and the client is making an inquiry, trying to book you for a particular service, based on the service they booked you will check. These are the questions I have mapped out for this that I want to find out from. So you need to ask the client those questions. So it will help you to, you've prepared it in advance. Okay, that will help you to meet the needs of the client as well as also enjoying the job that you'll be doing. Basically, the major way clients reach out to mobile nannies is through telephone. So as brief as possible, you need to ask those questions even on the phone. Here are some basic questions you might want to ask the client before you take up any job. The date of the job. Check your schedule immediately to be sure you're not booked that day to avoid conflict. Secondly, location of the client where you're going to be offering that care service. It is important to know where you'll be going for the job. This will help you to discuss means of transportation with the client. Your fee does not include transportation fee. So, transportation is flexible. You will have to look at it. If the distance is more than what you're charging, you have to tell the client, sir, what about the transportation? Are they sending a client to pick you? Are you coming over? The fee is not included in your fee. So that is important to also note, so that the client will know that she's going to pay you for transportation when you get there. Probably you charter, maybe it's an Uber that you were able to call. When you get there, client will pay for the Uber services and all that, or you pay and inform her this is the fee for the transportation. So these are things you must think in advance and plan in advance so that you don't shoot yourself in the leg, because some places are very far. You've charged 3,000 naira per day. You discover that you spent over 1,000 on transport just to get to that place. Of course, it's not favorable to you. That is why transportation fee is not included. You discuss transportations after the client have confirmed the location. Then you can now say, this is it. But I'm going to board the cab. I'm going to take Keke. I'm going to take bike. Whatever it is I'm going to be doing. I'm going to order Uber. Whatever the means of transportation, the client is going to come pick you. You have to state there. So it is very, very important for you to consider this. Now, sometimes mobile nannies get to travel with clients outside their normal location. If this happens, it is important that you must have done a good KYC on the client before you agree to travel out of your base with a client. It is usually not common for a client to call you on the first day and ask you to travel with the clients. Traveling with a client on a mobile nanny service is usually common for clients who have been your regular clients. You familiarize yourself with them, you understand the nature of their job, what they do and everything. It is important for you to be able to look at this. I strongly do not recommend traveling with a client you're just meeting for the first time for an outside job. even the ones you've been dating with before, ensure that proper KYC has been done. You know exactly what they do and why the need for that job usually is actually needed for you to embark on that trip with that client. Possibly usually common with clients who just put to bed, who have babies that are very tender and they need someone to follow them because of the peculiarity of the place they are going to. It could be a serious official meeting, conference, job interview, whatever it is, medical appointments and all that they need to go for, and they need an assistance. These are instances where you will want to follow a client. The fee is different, insurance covering is different for any client who is traveling outside with you. It is very, very rare, but it is available. So look out for that. It is possible. Prepare your reference. Now, a prospective client will want to also perform a full KYC on you before they have you come around to care for their children. It is important that you have a reference, people they can reach to know about you. Your clients will want to know where your office is. If you don't have an office, then where do you probably use as your official platform, so that they can see testimonies of clients you've worked with, experiences you have. Some might want to find out your place, where you live, who you live with and all that, how long you've been doing this job. Because they are bringing you to their home, they might want to find out more about you. So it's important that you're ready to give informations that would help them to come clean and comfortably want to take up a service from you. Make them available on your website, blogs, social media platforms, with your references, so that they can easily be accessible by your prospective client. And probably if you've been working with a client before, okay, maybe you're working in a particular facility and you've gone to set up your own, that facility can serve as your reference, because they know that, okay, no, they will not want to give a bad reference to you. You didn't leave, you were honest with them to tell them that you're going to set up something on your own, and what you're setting up is not like you're ruining the other person's business. Okay, so you should expect good reference. That's why whatever one is doing, don't leave a bad reputation, because you don't know how it will help your brand grow, especially in this industry. It's not an industry where you must winch hunt and another person because you want to move forward. It will eventually come back to you and to affect your brand. So that's why even if you're leaving, it's okay to leave. Everybody wants to grow. Leave at a place, don't leave on a bad foot. Leave clean, so that the person can be comfortable to give a referral to anyone who come make inquiries about you. The next stage is to prepare your promotional materials. Now that you've gotten all these details, you know what to ask, what to expect, you're sure you've prepared references, you can now begin to prepare your promotional materials. The next step, would now be, which platform will I use to promote my business? Am I going to have a physical office? Am I going to work with a website and a social media platform? Or I'm going to work with any of them or all of them? This will help you to know the next thing to do. If it is only your website, you will now sit down and create content that you would upload on the site that explains what you do in detail. If it is a physical office, you also want to fix the office and then prepare flyers that explains what you do and the location of how you can be reached by your clients. This does not change the fact that social media platforms also needed for all this, where you also display some of your skills, more knowledge, services you've rendered and all that. Once you've uploaded all this, you need to launch the brand. And so to launch this brand, you also need a brand profile as a mobile nanny. That is when a professional look comes into place. A professional nanny must have a professional look. A professional mobile nanny must have a professional mobile nanny look. So you must dress the way you want to be addressed. You must dress with a difference. You must create a look that will help people to know that this person is not a regular nanny. You want to appear to your audience as a professional. Take a professional picture from a professional studio. Create a brand profile, very brief, that explains you, your skills, competencies, and why you're the best fit for this position, and then why you're doing this. A boss lady posts picture will definitely send your brand and officially launch you with a short brief profile as a professional mobile nanny. This is very important because this launches your brand officially. Social media platforms usually the first place people launch their brand. Everybody's online, everybody's showcasing, and you can reach a lot of people by using that means, that online platform. So it's very, very important. So that is why mobile nanny service is unique. You can launch anywhere and can reach anybody anywhere, and anybody can call you from anywhere to come run your service. Unlike having a crèche in a particular location where it's limited to those in that particular location. So within that area, they won't want to come from somebody who is living in Ogba, would not want to bring a child to a crèche in Lekki. Of course, that's not possible. So even though the best crèche is in Lekki, no matter what, that client will not come. It's waste of time, energy, resources, and stress even on the child. And it might not even be the roots of the client's place of work. So that is it. So you understand what I'm trying to explain now. So that's why you see that sometimes, no matter how good a facility is, it doesn't really work for some people, even though they will want to patronize you. The distance may also be a barrier, but there's no distance barrier for a mobile nanny. I can be in Lekki and I can call you in Ogba to come offer a mobile nanny service for me in Lekki. Like I said, transportation is not included in your fee. You might charge any amount. Client will tell the client that, how do I get there? The client will tell you your transport fare will be cared for. So simple. So you see, these are the differences between a normal regular childcare service, a normal regular nanny, than a mobile nanny. So it is important. If for a normal nanny, they will tell you that this is your salary. How you get there, they don't care whether you trek or not. So that's how it is. But it's different from a professional mobile nanny. Without wasting time, get to work now. Prepare your social media. These are your tasks that you must complete. Prepare your social media platform. Create a brand name for yourself on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. These are where busy people are who will need your service. Okay, where they can find basically Instagram and LinkedIn, because these are where busy people are, professionals are. Every other one, Facebook especially, you might not really find busy people there. Okay, but still an okay platform to use. But okay, upload your picture along with the brand profile you created. You're good to go. That is the first official assignment that you have to do. Prepare your resume. Now, to increase your marketing reach, you need to network offline and online. So as you try to do your marketing, you must communicate your skills as well, your experiences in the resume. By the time you've launched the brand social media platform, some of this resume, some of the things you've done before are things that you'll be displaying there. That is how you display your resume. You won't carry the full resume booklets and just post there. No, that's not what it means on social media. You have to create it now into content, short images, short videos, short pictures of what you've done, and all collectively becomes your resume. Okay, just like someone who wants to know what Childcare Academy is all about. You don't have to see a 100-page booklet of my resume that covers all I have been doing, all I can do, and all that. Once they go to my social media platforms, they'll see the various courses I've helped people take. They've seen brands I've helped people build and all that. So that's a resume on its own. So that's what I mean when I say you prepare your resume. So after you've launched this social media brand and platform, you now begin to display your resume on the site. For those who have physical office, you might prepare a hard copy resume and also display to clients by directing them again to social media platforms where they can see it much more in visuals. That way it will help them to be able to see clearly what you have done, what you can do, okay, qualifications you have, and all that stands you out. Okay, so this is what I mean when I say preparing your resume. So I want you to go now and begin to work on social media platform that I want you to create a brand name on Instagram, Facebook, your unique brand name, what you want to be called. So we'll discuss that. Chat me up. Let's work on it together and fine-tune the name. It's a brand name that will stand you out, okay? And then we'll create the profile set up the picture and work on it. We'll display on our platform as well for you, which serves as a reference for you, because they know that we've worked with you, we trained you, so we know that, okay, this person is really a professional and belongs to a professional team. So it is important that you get to work now and work on it, because if you don't do it now that you're on session with this course, I will not have time to go back to it later when you're ready. So it is important, as you're working now, you work with us as well, so that we can be able to assist you with it. So I wish you all the best. Get to work on that. Okay, supervision and safety, your role. Now, as a nanny on duty, you stay with the child to care for them, but your stay is very brief, and probably you're just getting to know the child, and you're still studying the child, how the child reacts, play, their level of activeness and all that. It is definitely going to be challenging for you if you're not prepared in advance to keep the child in your care safe. There are many injuries and accidents that occur during mobile nanny services. There's a lot that happens because you probably have inadequate information on the child and the environment you're going to be running the care for. So the child might be very active, running up and down and all that, playing with sharp objects and everything. But because you're just getting to know the child, you don't know their level of activeness. You know, some might be very hyperactive. The parent might not remember to tell you. You might not know to ask. You might not know what to do. So that is why injuries and accidents are common with mobile nannies a lot. Okay, so but it is very, very avoidable if you do the right thing. Stings, burns, choking, drowsing, falls, drowning, poisoning. These are things that happen during mobile nanny assignment. Why? Because, like I said, you don't understand the environment. You're still studying the child. But the best way to avoid and prevent these situations is to be watchful and carry out a risk assessment of the location immediately you arrive there. So as you're taking instructions from the client when you get there, before she leaves you with the children, you're doing a risk assessment of the client, and that way you can quickly ask some basic questions from the client on the location. If it is an office, a hotel, the client's house and all that, your questions will be based on the situation. Okay, it is important that you ask these questions. For example, if you're meeting in the client's house, you'll be able to ask them, where are the children play area, where are the places they should not go, where are the things that they always do, are they hyperactive, what kind of play, what should I expect to see them and all that, how do I manage their outdoor play, is there a particular play, do they go out to play, do they not, it will help you to assess the area. Or you probably say, oh, there's a sharp object there, how do I manage the children from not going there, do they have like a strict instructions not to go there and everything. You ask. Then if it's an office, you'll be able to know, where am I supposed to go to, where am I not supposed to go, or probably a hotel, am I supposed to go down, is where a place where I take the children, or I'm going to remain in the hotel room all day. You have to ask. So these things help you to know how to tidy up the room as well, things that will not make the child choke. What are the things you need to clear around that the child might take that might poison the child? Okay, what kind of height is there that the child can fall from? Am I going to keep the baby on the bed and then the baby will roll and fall? Okay, so some of those things are things that you must avoid. There are things you look out for, and it helps you in making a risk assessment of the location when you get there. So it helps you to know what you need, safety measures you need to put in place to avoid the situation. So as you get to every location, you observe, then to help you to know the safety measures to put in place to avoid these things which are common with children during mobile nanny services. Okay, so it is important. That's what you're supposed to do. Then what about your own safety? Now, a mobile nanny must always communicate with someone at home about your whereabouts, about your movement. You may be called upon by a client you don't even know, to a place you don't know as well. It is your job, so you are going everywhere, anywhere. But in order to protect yourself in case of an eventuality, you must communicate with someone at home, the address, the phone number, the name of the client, almost immediately you get there. Create a code you use with your family members at home so that when they see your SMS, your flash, or a call, they know what you have said already with the code. When you are in danger, they will know what to do to come immediately. Now, these are things you do. Your clients, as you're posting whatever it is you're posting on social media platforms, they will also begin to know that, oh yes, you have safety measures in place and all that. So anybody that is going to be thinking of anything fraudulent will know that this person is a professional and I might be endangering my life or risk if I'm going to be taking this person for anything that might endanger her, because she must have done her homework with all the things she's been communicating. So it helps to keep threats at bay from you. They will know that, no, this person, it might not be an easy target for me to just call in. So it is important. Keep the kids safe, and it has to do with you taking care of the location, access to determine what's best, and the instructions that you will receive from the clients on safety measures to take will help you in maintaining a safe environment. Peculiar situations daily. That's what you come across. No one method works for all. Your job is to just maintain your strict professional discipline on the job so that you can be able to know what is best, what is the best line of action at each point. If you are with a client's child and there's a threat also, you already know the signal to give to the parent that I'm in danger, I need you. I can't handle this, I need you. So the parents already know. You just tell the parents that my danger code is red. So immediately you tell the parent, you communicate red to the parent know you are in danger. Or you communicate green. Since people know that red is common with danger, you might just say white. So when they say white, parents knows that you are in danger. Or you say D or F, whatever your code is. Once you communicate it with the parent, she knows that you are in danger and she will act immediately. These are things, probably intruder came to the house and you're not aware and you don't know what to do. Okay, you'll be in danger. There's a way you quickly communicate to the client. That is a way to help yourself in such situations. So those are safety measures that you need to take and consider as a mobile nanny. Yes, professional behavior of a mobile nanny. Now, most clients generally everywhere treats mobile nannies differently from a normal nanny. This is because mobile nanny are perceived to be professionals, and it is the way you've been carrying yourself that will help them to treat you like that. Knowing that you're regarded as a professional, you also have to maintain that professionalism. Make sure that everything you do, your way of work, dressing, grooming, everything is professional. So that is why we're going to be looking at professional behavior of a mobile nanny. If they have placed you high and you mess yourself up, they will drop you begum and you become like trash. So don't let the reputation die by your attitude and your behaviors. That is why I'm going to be analyzing some basic things that mobile nannies do not do, and some things that you do that continue to help you earn that respect as a mobile nanny. What is common with other nannies is not found with mobile nannies. Okay, so that is it. Now, the first thing you do is you must make sure you are in good health condition and of sound mind when taking up a client's job. It is unethical to go to care for a child when you are not feeling well, or probably your boyfriend has disappointed you, or you are having emotional issues, and then you go to care for a child. You won't give the child undivided attention. Your attention is already divided from home. You are not okay. Okay, even if the sickness is not showing, or you're not showing whatever it is unhealthy to the child, unfair to the client, and very bad for your brand, knowing fully well that you're not in a good state of mind and you're going to take up a job. For a child to care for the child is not healthy. You're supposed to give a child undivided 100% attention. When you're not your health is failing, it's not in good condition, and then your mind is divided, of course, you can't give the child all. So it is important that as a professional mobile nanny, you don't go for any job if you're in this state. It's okay to tell the clients that I am booked, I'm not well today, I'm sick, or I'm not in the right frame of mind, than to go receive the client will see that you didn't really do well, and then you're not happy, you're divided, your attention is divided. Clients will feel discouraged. It will gradually collapse your brand, and eventually all the customers will disappear. Okay, so that is it, and they will now begin to treat you like the normal nanny that is available. So that is why it is important for you to take this seriously. Do not cancel an appointment after you have promised and agreed with a client, except on emergencies, urgent emergencies that happens. If possible, to avoid keeping clients stranded, make an alternative arrangement for the client. You may not be forgiven no matter the level of emergency faced if a client has booked you fully and then you just cancel unannounced. For a mobile nanny, she can't trust. See, no matter what it is, next time when the client call, she will be calling you, she'll be having doubts mind. Even after she booked an appointment with you, she will still be like, I made alternative, I don't want you to cancel like the last time. That's the kind of word you get to hear. Okay, so but which is not common with mobile nanny. They don't disappoint. I hardly see a mobile nanny who disappoints because they are professionals on their job. It is always something they do, so they always have backup. Even if they will not be able to make it, they will make sure they make a backup arrangement for you, because they know that your job, your reputation depends on it. That's why they call you mobile. Immediately they knock at your door, they find solution. So that's it. You need to dress in clean, comfortable clothes that are appropriate for a nanny. Did you get it? Appropriate for a nanny? Not a street person, not a professional nanny, not the one that they will look and so that this one is a house help. You know the kind of dressing now. It's not for you at all. Okay, so professional, having an extra clothes as backup is not out of place. Be punctual. Never arrive late to your appointment. If it's 4, get there 4:15. If possible 3:30. Get there earlier, not later. 1 hour, you have already cheated the client. You must pay. Unlike you see some people coming late to work. A mobile nanny is never late because the client who books you 4-5 has somewhere to be, so she needed to go by that time. So you must be there earlier. Follow all. Did you hear the word? Follow all of your client's instructions to the letter. Oh, don't say I'll take 3. This 3 is rubbish. This woman, she doesn't know what she's saying. She's not a professional. What does she know? No, follow all. Never leave the child alone for a second. Never leave a child alone for a second. If you have to back the child. Don't leave the child's side for a second. If the parents can leave the child for a second, she wouldn't call you. Did you get that now? She won't call you. So do not leave the child for a second to attend to anything. Whatever play or educational toys and equipment you carry along, do not use unless you've asked for permission from the parent. Did you get that now? Do not use except you've asked for permission from the parents. Let her know that you have some educational materials here to engage the child. Is it okay for you to use them? Or does she have the ones she used with her children? Simple. Clarify that. If she says she has enough that they use, get them. Okay, can I see the ones you have? Okay, fine. You can just mix them up. I think they are okay. Please do this. Don't say, okay, you just want to engage the children. You brought out this, brought out that. Don't come change policies for a family you don't know. You don't know the kind of things they teach their children, the way the upbringing they have for them, or things they don't expose them to. So there must be some games they don't expose their children to. Okay, I have that too. I have that. There are some games my child doesn't play. There are some things he must not do. Okay, so if I'm bringing you in and then you're doing that, that is going to affect the upbringing, and you're exposing children's mindset is terrible. They become curious. Immediately they've seen that thing and they want to get to the root of it, with or without you. So that's why it's important what you expose the children to. So take permissions. Let her know that you'll be living, you'll be learning with the children and play with the kids if it's okay with them, with her. Finally, next, do not eat the child's meal or biscuits or snacks or sweets. Okay, sometimes they might have hidden cameras. They'll see all you're doing. Be careful. They might have it. Even if they don't have cameras, it's wrong. Don't eat the child's meal. Sometimes parents, okay, now let me tell you something that's very funny. Sometimes the parent know that the child does not eat a particular snack. That's how sensitive they're doing integrity tests for mobile nannies. Okay, they will put the snack that they know their child will never eat inside the bag, inside the place you're going to be caring for them, and they'll say, these are the child's things. And then the parents will come back. The child knows that this child will never eat this thing. They will never taste it. They don't even give the child. And then you will say the child has finished it. This child likes this thing, finish this child. Immediately you fail an integrity test. Because even with or without the camera, the parents know that the child will not eat that. She knows the child. Or probably the child is allergic. So she knows the child won't eat. And then you say the child finished it. She knows that that's not the child that ate it. It becomes a challenge. Sometimes they won't say, they won't call you again, or they will just tell you that, madam, my child did not eat this. She doesn't eat that. She has allergic. She's allergic to it. So how come she finished it? Because she'll never taste it. Immediately she takes it, she begins to throw up. How come you're able to manage it? So do not eat children's meals. Do not sleep on duty. Stay awake. So if you're taking a job the following day, the following morning, please sleep well before going. Do not become too familiar and act casual with the client. No matter how close they try to become, no matter how friendly they try to become, don't become too casual with them. Don't begin to use casual words with the clients. Even though they become fond of you, they call you regularly, don't become too familiar and begin to use casual words with them. You lose your professionalism and you begin to lose your respect. Okay, and that might begin to even affect your money, because when you become too familiar with people, they won't pay you. They'll begin to price you down, and they will not say, okay, today can't even give me today's for free. That's it. What becomes when you become too familiar with clients. Okay, so no matter what, do not become too familiar so that you don't lose your respect and you will not go back to being the same kind of nanny we talked about, which you are not. So if you are in a client's home, do not touch electronics except you're permitted to. Do not look through rooms or belongings. Do not begin to say, wow, look at these people, look at their houses, look at this, look at what they have, look at their rooms, this shoe, how many shoes. That's what other nannies do. You are different. If they say use the living room, you don't go beyond the living room. Don't go beyond the living room. Do not become too inquisitive and you want to know what is in their kitchen, what is in their dish. They say don't go to the kitchen, please do not. If they said, okay, kitchen is what a room, this is a guest room. Okay, sometimes in most houses they'll just tell you to stay on the ground floor. They'll give you access to the guest room downstairs and tell you this is the room to use anywhere in the living room, use this kitchen downstairs and all that. Probably it's a duplex, and then they'll say upstairs is out of bound, don't go there. Okay, so you must not even peep through of what is there. If you're asked not to, please, it is important. You don't know what has been installed in the house, and they might sue you if you violate their rule. So be it's very careful and sensitive. It's a very sensitive job. Do not smoke, do not use drugs, do not take alcohol while on duty. Do not invite friends or family over when you're on duty. You know, when you go to some places and say, please come visit me, I will be free, come, let's gist while you're on duty. Don't invite friends, families over when on duty. Do not receive calls unnecessarily during care. Remember that you have charged per hour, which means the period of hours you are there have been paid for. Did you get that word now? The period of hours you are there has been paid for by the client. Everything you do must revolve around that client. Don't steal time to begin to make unnecessary calls there while you're on duty, except it's the client that is calling you, except you're calling the client. It should not be personal calls when you're on duty. Keep a journal while on duty and a communication sheet to record the child's daily activities for the parents to review when she returns. It is important for you to have that number of times that the child ate, diaper, sleep, everything, mood, stated there. Observations, like I said, you don't correct, you don't begin to impose things on the child while you're there, but you can make observations and recommendations at the end of your sheet when you're submitting it to her at the end of the day. To improve the quality of your service, prepare a feedback and a review form. Give to the parent to fill for you at the end of the day. Now, this helps a lot in helping them to make a positive and honest remark about your service. It helps you to improve. What are things you need to do to be better? What are things you need to do to work on? I remember the first time I did my, what was that now? Family fun day, yes. For the first time I was going to do family fun day in my childcare facility. This is a childcare facility. So I did a survey form, a feedback form, and I distributed it out. They said a lot of things, what they enjoyed, the meal and everything, and I listed them out. What do you enjoy the most? What and what would you want us to improve on? And they stated it. Oh, we love the meal. Oh, the music can be worked on. Oh, we do not like the DJ. Oh, we do not like a lot of people with different opinions. Okay, a lot of the music was awesome. So you understand? So different feedback. Oh, the MC was very funny. A lot of fun activities. In fact, we didn't need some people said we didn't need the MC. It was always like a distraction because we had a lot of activities to do that you have created that didn't really require us having another MC on ground. Okay, so those were the things that helped us to get better. So from the first, it become better and better and better, and we started having like something sold out event, okay, because of the way we decided to use feedback. So it helps you to know what your clients will tell you about your service. So next time when you're coming, okay, you thank the clients, you do better next time, that okay, this is what I would have wanted you to do, okay, but it's okay, you did well, and maybe next time you can do it this way, you can do it this way. So this is important. Now, we've talked about feedback. You also must have a feedback form from your clients. Each client you attend to, make a feedback note for yourself. Keep a record of each of your clients. Write down what went well, what did not go well, lessons you've learned from that client. If you're interested in serving that client again, you will state it there, because you eventually discover that you've worked with a lot of clients. So if you don't keep this record, you might not remember the clients and what the experience you had with them. So probably a client is calling you, immediately you log into your system, you type in the client's name, you see the feedback form, and you see, oh, what experience did I have with this client? So, okay, I think I would like to go there again. You remember. It's okay. Okay, she did well. Okay, I think I would like to work with her again. Or you go, oh, no, this woman is terrible. I don't want to work with her again. No, she did. You understand? Or okay, she was stingy. Okay, or she didn't pay me well. Okay, so you now know that, okay, this is the feedback you got from that client. This time around, I must ask for my pay first before I leave. This is what helps you to be able to plan well, your own record. So it helps you to know. So when you're calling the client next time, the clients already know. That's what I do. That's what I do. I know a lot of clients. That's how I handle my clients everywhere. So I know the one that say they will bargain for life. They know how to do. And some will tell you, oh, I'll pay you twice. And they'll pay you once. The next time they'll now complain to you that, oh, they didn't even enjoy the program. So, and now they don't even know why they have paid you. So just say, okay, no problem. Say it's like that. Okay, no problem. Keep the half. So next time they will now come asking for another favor. And I say, sorry, the other time you couldn't pay up the balance. You see them paying the balance. Oh, sorry. And there's the knowledge they are now using to come and ask you for another thing. But they did not enjoy it. You see them paying the full one of the one they did not pay before. And then now they are not asking for another one. That's how I manage them. I would not be angry. It's not money. Money is material things. So you don't use materials to replace relationship. So I don't allow money to be my driving force. Because I know that value will bring you back. So when I offer value, so when I know the person will come back. So that's how I manage the clients. I already have the record. I know those are my very good clients. And even if they want free course today, I'll tell them, and they say they don't have money. Can I enroll for now? I'll tell you, don't worry, enroll. I know you pay. That's some reputations I've built with some clients. But some don't even try it, because they will tell you the story of their life. Like you now, like what led me to this? Why did I make such mistakes in my life? So that's some of the things that you do, because they will make you look like what you gave them was rubbish. Meanwhile, they're just avoiding paying you. That's how it is. They don't just want to pay your money. Okay, I don't really have such clients that much, but I have them. I have some of them. Okay, but so you have clients, different clients. Okay, and sometimes not because it's money. Sometimes they don't have. So the only way, instead of saying they don't have, they look for a way to avoid. Okay, I'd rather you tell me honestly you don't have than you now bringing down my brand because you just want to avoid payment. That one will kill me. I hate it, because I know I've given my best to share a very rich knowledge. So you will see clients. You must keep journal. If you don't keep record, you will see that you because by the time you've worked with a lot of clients over time, you won't remember some. So but if you have this record, immediately you come back, you log it in, type it in into the sheet you've designed on your system. Immediately you type it in. So when you're opening the Excel sheet and there's a client, Mrs. Uche is calling you, Mrs. Uche, you use phone number to search. Mrs. Uche is Mrs. Uche, I can't wait. Okay, ma, hello, ma, this and this. Okay, I will check my schedule and call you back. You happily call and schedule because you know that Mrs. Uche is a good client. She would, she doesn't give problems. She's detailed. She would explain what she wants, and you're giving her. That is it. And so that's how you keep your own record as well. So these are the ways you run your brand, and you discover that mobile nanny service is a profession that you would enjoy, and you see that you'll be serving a lot of people, and you don't know where they will call you. They could call you in a lot of places you won't imagine, higher places that you'll be called upon, and from there you don't know what will follow. That's just it. As you go, the vision gets clearer, and you begin to see more ways in which you can contribute in the childcare industry. Professionalism is very key. I always encourage that. So I want you to really work on your professionalism and make sure that you are clearly distinguished between the regular nanny and the professional mobile nanny. So to end this course, we can say that you've really learned a lot in mobile nanny, and you're ready to go. You're ready to conquer. You're ready to take off the brand, okay, and grow and excel. That's just it. You can grow your brand. You can grow a brand that will really do well in the mobile nanny field. If you're creative, innovative, and disciplined enough, your nanny services would excel, and you'll be highly sought after. You may set up as a mobile nanny service, grow and learn the ropes of the profession well enough, and eventually venture into setting up a nanny agency where you'll be recruiting mobile nannies for clients, for schools, for parents, for clinics. The list is endless. For hospitals, for airports, for malls, cinemas, and all that. You could become an agency that will run services for this brand. Unlike the general nanny, services that is just confined to probably a home. You are different. You're global. And the way you brand it can be a changing and a turning point for you. Millionaire nanny. You can see that it's very possible. It's packaging. Where you package yourself, what you do, how you do it, stands you out. Like I told you, money is in the dirty places now. Money have left the office. In case you don't know, money has long left the offices. The corporate suit and tie offices, money left there a long time. Money is in the streets. Money is in dirty places. The dirty places where people ignore. That's where the money is. Service. Once you can offer service, the need of a client, the need of a person, that person will pay you. That person must not be rich. All that person needs is to need what you're offering. Once that person needs what you're offering, the person is going to pay you. That is it. So until people get to understand this, some people will still be struggling with money. But when you get to understand that your money follows service, then they will begin to look at service to offer in dirty places. But some people want the corporate one. They want the suit and tie. They don't want to be dirty like us, who is nanny. We are nannies. I'm a nanny. I'm a caregiver. I'm a childcare provider. Okay? That's it. I only know how to change diapers. And that's what I know. Okay? But it's bringing the money. It's paying the bills. And people thank me for that. So that is it. Until people get to appreciate what they do, nobody will help you appreciate it. I keep telling people. People will tell you, people will trash, we make you look like trash because that is what you made yourself look like. But when you brand yourself, you can see people are beginning to see Childcare in a different light now because we have brought the brand. We've let them know that Childcare is not just an ordinary. It's a brand. It's a professional job that impacts the life of children who are growing up. That is a very, very key, important role that we play. We should be respected for that. Okay? So that It's changing the mindset of people. And gradually it's going to be global. And people will not look down on us when we charge them and say, how much do you want me to pay you for just for caring for the baby? You say, no, not just care. We're impacting the child socially, emotionally, physically, psychologically. By the time they get to see what you're doing, they will respect you. But we have decided not to. Some people have brought themselves down, so people begin to step on you, step on the profession and look down on it. But when we begin to let them see that we are professionals, everybody's going to respect that. So childcare is not a degrading position. Mobile nanny is a professional job. When you package yourself well and be creative, wear uniforms that are corporate, wear scrubs on duty, keep professional record, trust that parents will prefer you to the regular nannies who are not educated. I encourage you to implement all you've learned. It takes little or nothing to, set up your brand. Okay, as you can see in this course, starting a mobile nanny business is a piece of cake once you do your part. The reward will be enormous. It will give you goosebumps when you begin to see the alerts that enters your account, keeps you smiling every day. And parents will thank you because you've met their need. This is one of the few aspects of childcare, apart from consulting, that you hear a caregiver say, I'm fully booked for the week, for the month. You are your own boss and you will enjoy your job if you are a professional. All the best.